All right, thank you guys for joining us tonight. I'm really excited to be bringing some really beautiful people here to share their stories with you. I always find it incredibly impactful and empowering hearing others' walks, because we're all very different people. We all have different walks, we all have different bodies, we all experience different things. And I actually recorded a podcast with a beautiful friend the other day, and we're kind of just talking about our storms that we've weathered. And we've all had something hard in our life. We've all weathered a storm of some kind, and all of our storms look different. And so we've all experienced some kind of hardship with our health. And we can't compare our storms with anyone else's. It literally is just a different storm, right? And so that's why I think hearing from multiple other people of what their storms look like is huge, because we're going to take different pieces from different people and it is going to give us hope. That's why this call is Stories of Hope, because I think hope is incredibly powerful and I want to help you all have hope that there is a better life for you. So if you don't know, my name is Michelle. I have actually been on this journey specifically with supporting my body to be healthier, to heal, to have hope for about 8 years now. But what brought me here was a lot of years of not having hope. I was hopeless for a long, long, long time. I was crying myself to sleep, praying to God to give me answers and trying to hold on to some hope that there was a better life for me. But I honestly didn't have a whole lot. I think my faith was what brought me through those years of crying and being miserable and got me to where I am now. And that I am so incredibly thankful for. So if you're kind of down in the dumps right now, if you're like, I don't think that I think this is what she wrote for me, that's why you're here. And I really hope that this is empowering for you. So I am going to turn this over I'm going to start with Jermaine with her cute, adorable little surprise miracle baby there and have her share a little bit of what her story is.
I'm coming. I'm coming. That's how I feel all the time. I'm coming. You guys wait for me. So yes, talk about surprise miracle and in a challenging season. I'm 42-year-old mom, new mom. I have two boys, but they're 12 and 15. So we completely started over. I'm also a firefighter, and so I work a ton. And so talk about like throwing a wrench in like our daily lives. Um, but I am going to talk a little bit about my journey. I started about 3 years ago, and I know a lot of people do lose weight on the triplex, but I never lost weight on the triplex. But what I did notice almost immediately when I started the triplex was I was sleeping better, my periods were regular, my sugar cravings were going away, and I wasn't like chugging coffee all day, right? And so I was feeling amazing, but I could not lose the weight. And I am almost guarantee it's because of my work. I'm a firefighter, and I think I get in these like cortisol, like stress, like I get stuck in this like stress, like I don't know, just over and over, right? You're not sleeping, you're working too much, all that stuff. And so I think my body has adrenal issues. But the only thing that helped me lose weight during that time, and that was probably a year and a half after I had been doing the triplex regularly, right? I'm feeling good, but the weight's not coming off. But what finally helped me was doing the resets. And that is because it healed my adrenals, because my body had a chance to stop eating, stop digesting, and start healing. And so that is how I lost 30 pounds doing that. And then magically I got pregnant right after. And I was like, no, I just lost 30 pounds and now I'm pregnant. And a part of me was a little like sad because that was a hard journey, right? It's hard to lose weight. And especially when you're a mom and you're busy, I'm like, yes, I did it. And then I'm like, oh crap, here we go. So I put on 45 pounds. But I have this little baby girl and she is absolutely amazing. But what I want to share with you is, although right now I am not in a weight loss journey, I am not like flirting with the idea. I'm just nursing and being mom. I actually came in mom style. I have my I wear these for nursing because they zip. I got my little, I got jammies on. I'm like total mom style. but that's just life, right? But what I do want to share with you is my husband gained weight while I was pregnant. I don't don't ask me how, but he gained weight also. I think he was just kind of, didn't want me to gain weight by myself. But what he has done recently, and he has taken off 30 pounds. He did one reset, right? It kind of kickstarted his weight loss journey. And he added 2 products. He added Balance, which is what I want to talk about today, because this is one of my new favorite products, because I can actually take it while I'm nursing. Yep. But he also added MetaBurn, something he hadn't used before. And I don't know if any of you follow him, but he literally every single day was losing weight. He lost 30 pounds in like a little over a month. And he would just wake up like, oh, guess what? I'm lighter. What the heck? Like, what can I throw at you today? Because I'm so jealous, right? And what he did, and I saw him eat cake. I saw him eat popcorn. I saw him, he wasn't like super indulging, but he ate stuff, right? We went to the birthday parties. We had our vacations. But what he always says, and what I noticed for him, is he would say no to like always eating the bread or always eating like he made healthy choices, right? But he didn't count macros. He didn't do any kind of keto. He was just eating sensibly. And then he would still enjoy his stuff if he wanted it. And he took off over 30 pounds. Now, I hadn't tried the Balance, because I've been in this like pregnant, working kind of like, I don't need anything new right now moment or season of life. So I decided to try the Balance. I'm not going to do the MetaBurn right now while I'm nursing. But I just tried this a few days ago. And I always didn't take it because it says take it 30 minutes or 20 minutes before your biggest meal. I'm like, I don't know what my biggest meal is. I just eat whenever dinner's ready, I just eat, or lunch, right? So I would always skip it because I didn't know when to take it. And I'm like way more of a routine person, right? I take it every day at this time, and then I can do it. And so I asked Jeremy, I was like, when do you take it? Right? He's like, I just take it in the morning with my pink drink and my MetaBurn and my BioCleanse. I'm like, what? That's like against the rules. What are you doing? But I love how like for guys, it's all so easy. He's never like second guessed it, right? But I second guess everything. So I started doing that. And the first day I'm like, wow, I'm not really that hungry today. Like, I don't know why, because I'm nursing and I'm always like ravaging some kind of cupboard, right? And I was like, wow, I really kind of, I don't know, like I'm hungry, but I'm not hungry. And he's like, I know. That's because I started taking this, and it helps balance your blood sugars. Just like I take it with my hunger control specifically. And then I take my BioCleanse in the morning. And that's my routine right now. And I just started a few days ago, but I was actually amazed at the results that I started feeling right away. But as for me and weight loss with the triplex, that's not everyone's experience, because we have a woman on our team. Her name's Tracy. She's lost 90 pounds this year on the triplex and MetaBurn. 90 pounds in the last like 200 and something days. So everyone's story is different. This is the season I'm in. But when I go into my weight loss journey again, I'm going to do what Jeremy's doing, and I'm going to do a reset once a month. That's my plan. And this is Cameron.
I love this so much. And your Joy's like blowing up the chat. You're telling her story. You literally are like, Joy did a reset. I think she maybe did 2 and got pregnant.
I didn't see the
and
chat
she
going,
lost like 30 pounds prior to, and then got pregnant.
Yep. I'm like, what the actual hell? I'm sorry, I just cussed. But I was like crying for 3 weeks. I'm like, no. But I think it was partially hormones. But I'm like, my whole life's gonna change.
I think you're literally telling Joy's story right now.
Yeah, I was hoping it was menopause. I was so in denial.
Nope, like, pregnant lady.
Nope, 42 and pregnant. Yep.
Yep, we're twinsies. I remember you being Michelle telling me your journey, and I'm like, oh boy, here we go. Come on, miss.
If you're not here looking to get pregnant, that's not all we do.
Yes. Happens to
my
the best
God,
of
I
us.
love this so much. Okay, thank you so much for being here, Jermaine, and sharing your story, and Cameron with us. We stinking love you. And Jeremy's, I shared if I think a lot of you saw Jeremy's picture. I shared it. I think I posted about it the other day in my story somewhere. Somewhere I posted it. He's the hot looking guy that changed
You
to
think my husband's hot? I think so too.
see he changed like 2 things and lost 30 pounds, so that's awesome and exciting. And we love triplex, balance, reset, metaburn. Like, yes please, yes please.
Yes.
Love it. Okay, Bree, I'm gonna turn it over to you now.
Okay. That was very helpful and inspiring because I am also a very scheduled person and I have been struggling like, where do I fit these in at? So I'm on it now. Thank you for sharing that. I started in December after watching Joy share multiple times over and over and finally messaged her about it. Started in December. I was bloated all the time. I was not sleeping. I suffered with anxiety, being moody. Also my like low blood sugar. So I was always feeling like I had to eat every couple of hours, have snacks with me all the time wherever I went. So that was always a struggle. I would get shaky. I also had thyroid issues for the last 20 years. I started with Triplex and Vital Biome in the beginning of December. Within the first couple of days, I was sleeping through the night. My bloating had disappeared. After a few weeks, I noticed my appetite was less. I was having like half of a dinner portion that I would normally eat. So, and that's continued. So that's awesome. My anxiety is definitely better. And I also feel happier. My mood is better. My favorite products are the Triplex, of course, and Hydrate. I love starting my morning with a Hydrate and a big jar of water, and active in the afternoon instead of going to the coffee shop. I enjoy that for energy. And now I'm going to start my MetaBurn and my balance tomorrow in the morning. So I'm excited. I would like to lose a little bit more weight. I have lost about 10 pounds over the last 2 to 3 months, but I definitely am not done doing that. So hopefully the balance and MetaBurn will help me.
It's always a journey, right? You're only a couple months into it. You've lost the weight, you're feeling the results. Like,
Oh, and I didn't talk about, I have done 2 resets. So that was definitely helpful. And I'm just going to start my 3rd one next week.
how do you feel from the resets?
So much better. I noticed after my 2nd reset, I was loading bedding into my pickup for my horses, and I was throwing the bags into the back of the pickup. And after the first day, my wedding ring flew off. So like that puffiness after just one day was pretty amazing. So I definitely feel so much better. And then it just kind of resets everything.
My husband, after his 2nd, he sat down at the dinner table, I think it like day 4 after doing the reset, and he takes his wedding ring off and puts it on the table. And I was just like, what? What are you trying to tell me? So like, what is going on? He's like, those are your results. I'm like, what do you? And then I remembered his fingers have been so puffy for years that he hasn't been able to take his wedding ring off. I thought he was like, I don't know. We joke a lot, so I thought he was trying to be some smart ass and be like, there you go. And then no, he was like, those are your results from the reset. I took my wedding ring off. I'm like, okay, I don't know if I want you taking it off now, but that's amazing. 3 days,
Yeah, for
and that
sure.
kind of puffiness, that inflammation vanishes, which is incredible. I love it. I love it. Anything else?
No.
Okay, so also I love pointing this out. There's the sexy man right there that's lost all the weight. Hi, Jeremy.
Hold on. He said, I wasn't prepared for this. I said, babe, she called you hot. He's all,
Your
Warming up.
shirtless pictures going all over the internet these days, so it's your own fault.
Thank you.
I love pointing out when we're looking at weight loss, people are like, they look at the big number. How much have I lost overall? But let's break it down to how long have you been on this journey? How much does that equate to? A week. That's what I love to look at. And my job as an exercise physiologist a lot of the time is helping people lose weight, helping people feel better in that process. And you are not, a healthy weight loss is maximum 1 to 2 pounds a week. And that is something we want you to sustain that weight loss. If we're hitting more than that, you're either starving yourself too much or you're going at a rate that is not sustainable. We don't want the up and down and up and down. Like that's a no, thank you. We're looking at, hey, 10 pounds in like 3 months and it's staying off. That's huge. Sweet Amanda here lost like 55 pounds in a year. Do the math. That's a pound a year. Did she go up a couple times? Yep. But she also trended down for an entire year and has maintained that, right?
Yeah, even with everything that's going on this month and not being the best on my supplements, I have not gained any weight. I mean, I lost some really bad during that hard process and I came back to my stable, healthy weight, I would say, for what's going on.
Yeah.
I know. I got on the scale this morning and I was like, okay. And I have let myself do whatever I wanted.
I love
So,
it. I love
but I
that.
am back on my supplements and I can tell a huge
My girl.
difference.
Amanda has had a lot happen in the year and almost a half, and she's thriving. Super proud of you. Okay, I'm gonna turn this over. Okay, so we heard from Jermaine, who's been on the products for about 3 years, Bree, who's about 3 months. My girl Nicole is brand new. She's like 2 weeks really into the products. She was like, I'm going to hit the ground running and was like, I am going to make sure I'm getting my workouts in. I'm going to be eating a little bit better. And she has a great story in just the 3 weeks since it's literally 3 weeks today is because it's the 21st. So Nicole, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Hey everyone. Well, when I first started, I was feeling discouraged because like over winter time and like that big ice storm where we're all stuck in the house and everything like that. If I have easy access to food, I'm gonna eat. And that's my problem is I like to eat and I'm a recovering binge eater and everything. And I literally gained probably close to 10 pounds in that time, like a couple weeks time, because I had nothing else to do. But my biggest thing was I have been stuck for a while and I've told Michelle my entire story. I've gone through all sorts of programs. I spent years with Beachbody products. I actually lost over 100 pounds about 7-8 years ago. And then through COVID and divorce and life and everything, I gained about 60 of that back. And then when I hit like 30, they're like, just kidding. Your body doesn't want to lose weight. It doesn't want to do anything. Like I've really been fighting to get that 60 pounds off. And it's been a struggle. Like I work out every day. I eat mostly like pretty clean diet. Try to get my best sleep I can, all that. And I'm just like, nothing's working. And Michelle had like randomly added me on Facebook one day. And I'm like, you were sliding into my DMs and you were messaging on my things. I'm like, nope, I'm not going to do this. Just another thing. Another thing that someone's going to drag me into. It's not going to work. And then I'm like, you know what, but I'm sick of this. Like, I know something more is going on. And I was like, okay, let's just do this. Let's see how it works. And I think it was less than 10 days, that 10 pounds that I gained was gone. I haven't really noticed much weight loss since then, but I wake up feeling leaner. Like I don't feel bloated all the time. I don't feel hungry all the time. My sleep is improving slowly. And I am starting to feel more energetic during the day. I've been tested for multiple things. I have that family history of thyroid issues and everything. I literally have a clean bill of health, but at noon, maybe even sooner, I'm like crashing, like I'm done with the day. But I'm starting to not feel that way. I'm starting to feel energy all throughout the day versus crashing in the middle of the day. And I work with toddlers all day, so I have to have energy because, well, you know, if you know toddlers, you know they're busy. So but yeah, so it's really turned me on to the product in just the less than a month that I have it. And I'm excited to see where it takes me, and hearing all your guys' stories. Now I want to get on the reset. I've only been doing the triplex so far, so
Thank
Yeah.
you so much for sharing that. Laughing over here. So we have a kind of a joke, just so you know, that I flop around in people's DMs. And Joy commented, I felt the same way. And Joy and I met like in person running. We ran Hood to Coast together. That's how we met. And then I came flopping around. Everyone on the team, we had a team retreat, and everyone was like, "Oh yeah, Michelle just showed up flopping around in my DMs." And now they all love me. So it's totally you're just one of the gang now. It's okay. I love it. And I love just like one of the big things for you is like when we first started talking, you're like, I am bloated all the time. Like I'm always bloated. And immediately you're like, I'm not bloated. Like your picture, if you guys didn't see her picture, she's already shared her picture after it was like 10 days, down 10 pounds in 10 days. And you can see the inches that she lost.
So I started because I was getting back into like old habits of like mindless eating, like not even hungry. I'm just eating because it's there. Mostly started like again, like I said, with the winter and being stuck at home and all that stuff. I try to tune in to more of that and not eating at past a certain time at night and eating better and more mindful eating. I think that's the word I'm looking for. And that was 4 or 5 days before I even got the product. So really I only like 5 of those days into the month on the product is when I started to lose more weight. Like I saw a little bit coming off when I started to clean up my diet, and then I started on the products, and it was like immediately like I don't feel bloated all the time. I don't look bloated. Like when I wake up, I'm usually like puffy and not feeling that. So I'm starting to actually sleep through the night. I do have carpal tunnel really bad. I actually went to the doctor today, and gonna have to have surgery in the next month or so. So that keeps me up at night. So that's a lot of the reason why I wake up, is because my hands are numb. But also using the restroom too many times. But I've noticed probably like the last week, I maybe once, maybe not at all. So it's and I feel like I'm like falling asleep faster too. Like I've never really had a problem falling asleep, but I just like when I lay down, I feel like I can just like just not, that like sometimes lay down, your head's just spinning. I feel like relaxed when I go to bed.
I love that. I love that. As a former insomniac, the thoughts just keep rolling and rolling and you can't fall asleep. But then also like if you wake up in the middle of the night, then the thoughts come back and keep
Right.
rolling and rolling. And it's so I love, love, love my sleep. So when I can get that good, deep quality of sleep, it's game changer for me. Absolutely obsessed
Exactly.
with it. I'm so happy. I'm so excited for you. And it's just in such like you're 2 weeks into the products right now, right? And we're just getting started.
Right.
Okay, I am going to